Hey guys, what's up? I decided to do this video because, well, the stuff with Marvel lately has really, made me scratch my head a lot, and I didn't really want to talk about it because, well, I don't really like to get into the semantics with daily life, Marvel and office stuff and behind the scenes and stuff all too much. And I will voice my opinion every now and then, but this right here, I have to say something because it really, the wording in it really irks me. What I'm talking about is an article that happened that was posted by Blending Cool yesterday about C2E2, the comic convention. And while people were waiting in line for signature for Jason Aaron, and I'll link it to the article down below if you want to read it. People who were waiting in line for Jason Aaron, who, if you don't know, Jason Aaron is writing the Thor book right now. He's writing Thor, the Mighty Thor, and Unworthy Thor. He also wrote Doctor Strange for a while as well. I know he's either off the book now or he's getting off the book shortly. But he's also done many books outside of Marvel. He's done some for Image and done some for Vertigo, which is the subsidiary for DC. This is their off-print. So in the image in the article, you'll see that someone had a window bag for Scalped. I believe a Scalped #1, I believe it was. Which by that way, you should read that series. It's an amazing series. Anyway, a rep came in a few minutes before the signings was the signing was going to happen. And this representative from Marvel, by the way, from Marvel, came out and told everybody, you're not allowed to have bags, or you're not allowed to have bags. You're not allowed to have see-through stuff or windows for the books. To have the basically have Jason Aaron sign a certain spot on the book. You're not allowed to have any of that stuff, any type of window or any type of bag or any type of anything like that whatsoever. Several people asked why, and they were said that they didn't want to have the hassle of having it people there so that it would be graded. Like it didn't take all that time, I guess. All it's just that they did. For whatever reason, they didn't want people having that book graded there. Now, the word that he used, was only real fans can get their book signed. That part really irks me. It really does. Like, what's this? Who's to say? What is this representative? Is this representative now saying determining who's a real fan and who's not? Like, really? Like, who's to say? Okay, let me put the scenario out there, and I'm sure some people have sort of said this before in like comments and stuff like that. With other related videos. But who's to say that, let's say for me, for instance, I haven't graded any of my books, but let's just say this, okay? Let's just put the scenario out here, okay? Let's just say I were to go to a convention, any type of convention, could be San Diego Comic-Con, could be WonderCon, could be any type of, big con, So I go to a con and I want to get a book graded. And I have the trade, I have the omnibus. I've read the entire series. you know. But I have the singles. Okay, I double dip. That is where I do that sometimes. Hey, I don't even know. Like I say, I don't like the double dip. I do it sometimes. And I go in and say, you know what? I want this graded because, you know, I would like this, you know, to say this, put this in my collection, have it so that I can display it on my wall, and maybe later on down the road, you know, when I, you know, if I so happens I you know, have a crunch for money, like, you know, like a lot of collectors do. A lot of collectors have stuff with money, you know, have problems with money. Everybody has problems with money. I might need to sell this off, you know, even though I wouldn't want to. You know, I might have to do that sometimes later on the road, just for some assurance. They're telling me that I'm not a real fan. That even though, you know, I've read the book, I appreciate the author, you know, the writer. I have the entire series. I double dipped on the entire series. I probably have variant covers of the said series. And they're telling me that I'm not a real fan because I want a particular book graded? Like, really? I'm not a real fan now? Like, who's to say that? Like, who's to say? Now granted, there are people out there who go just to resell the signature on eBay, you know, for you know, insane amounts of money. You know, pretty much the next day they'll sell that book for a insane amount of money on eBay, which happens. It happens. You know, I wish it didn't happen, but it does happen. You know, it's sad to see that there are people like that, and those people are jerk faces for doing that. But you shouldn't lump all that's the part that gets me too, is they're lumping the people who go for like me, if I were to do that, to go just to have that graded and has read the story and love it and just want you know, just to have it sort of immortalized there in plastic, in a plastic container, and be satisfied with that, and have read the story and whatnot, rather than go and make a ton of money off of eBay. Like, they're lumping all those people together than a fan who's dedicated like that, and someone who just wants to make money. They're lumping those two people together, and they're saying that those two people that do that aren't real fans. How arrogant can this representative be? I know this may not be Marvel's official stance on this, but it's really darn close, because a representative had to come down here for Jason Aaron's signature and do this. Now, I don't know if this has happened elsewhere, and I don't know, I haven't read too much up on that lately, but if it happens again elsewhere, you bet your bottom dollar that people are going to be upset and stop coming to these signatures, because they're going to feel jilted, they're going to feel insulted that Marvel doesn't see them as a real fan, which they should be very insulted by. Lately with the news with Marvel has been very negative as of late, and it's very disheartening for me to see that some of the stuff that Marvel has said lately is very out there. It's just sort of like what crazy people say, and I usually don't want to spend too much time dwelling on that, because I really enjoy the stories. There's a lot of really good stories out there from Marvel. You know, Ms. Marvel, Thor. I do like Dan Slott's Amazing Spider-Man run. You know, Thanos is really good right now. You know, Ultimate Square. There's a really lot of great stories out there right now. Really a lot of great stories out there right now. You know, but there's an underlying sense to me at least, that Marvel doesn't know what they're doing. You know, they really, it doesn't, to me it seems that they're trying to cause news where there doesn't need to be news. You know, and I hate to do this. I really hate to do this, but look at DC. And I don't like to compare, but it really doesn't need to be compared. You look at DC. All DC is doing right now. All DC is doing right now with their books is putting out great stories. That's it. Now, granted, they had a thing with Wonder Woman and Frank Cho at the very beginning of Rebirth, which, you know, that was one major thing. That's it. Since then, I really haven't heard much from DC, any negative press at all. The only press I've been hearing from DC is how awesome things are right now, especially the Button story that's coming along. That story is fantastic, guys. You should read that. But the beginning of the Button was awesome. But everything as far as Rebirth goes, you know, everybody has their different book that they think is the best book out there, which goes to show, you know, if everybody thinks this is, you know, the book that they're reading is the best book, which I think is Wonder Woman. Is amazing. You should read it, by Greg Rucka. If so many people are saying that, then, you know, DC is doing a fantastic job when doing that. The sales aren't really reflecting that because they're still second place to Marvel. But I don't know, man. I mean, after this, you know, Marvel saying that, you know, only real fans can get signatures from this. It makes me question about Marvel. Like, I grew up on Marvel, guys. You guys all know this. And, you know, I don't know what the deal is with them, man. Like, I really would like to stay faithful with them. I really would, you know, because they really have really great stories, but their PR department right now is just terrible. It's terrible, guys. It's horrible. I mean, what the guy said about the, you know, about the diversity thing. You know, the sales rep says about the diversity thing a couple weeks ago. You know, uncalled for. Like there was no need for it because the facts weren't there. The facts weren't there to back them up. And that's totally another video, which, you know, many other people have done an excellent job in saying about this, but oh man, like Marvel, I'm a loss for words. I truly am a loss for words. I don't know what is going on with you, Marvel, but I would really like for you guys just to shut up and write good books. You know, just do that, just like how DC is doing. They're shutting up, writing good books, and let the quality speak for themselves. That's it. You know, you guys have a great run, you know, early on in the 2000s. You know, you basically stumped all the competition. You basically all the competition had no chance with all your success. But now you guys got competition. And now you're trying to make a lot of noise where the noise isn't necessary and is backfiring for people like me who, you know, have been faithful fans for a long time and calling us not real fans, basically. Basically, drawing a line in the sand for people who are fans and not real fans. You know, for people who you're lumping to basically scumbags and real fans. There's only two there. There's only two groups there. And that's a real shame because comics to me are diverse as people are. And for you to sort of section people out like that, when you proclaim diversity in your books, you know, you see it all the time in your books. Real shame. Real shame. You should be ashamed of yourself, Marvel. You should be real ashamed. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.